Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing this look for you. It is a really pretty kind of smoky look, and I am using, if I can get it, the MAC x15 pre-filled palette, and this is the warm neutral option. So this has a lot of really pretty warm colors. It's got some like colors, like it's got a green and some like rosy kind of reddish purplish kind of things going on. It's got golds and yellows and other warm colors. So that's what I'm going to be using today to get this look. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Please follow me on Instagram if you're not yet, so you can see all this stuff I post on there. And also please check my last video in case you're wondering why exactly I'm using the products I'm using and why exactly I am kind of limited to the products I can use. If you want to know anything about that, please check out my last video concerning that. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoy this look. And if you want to see how I got it, then please keep on watching. Okay, so I'm going to start out with the Prep and Prime 24-hour eye base, and then we're going to go into the warm neutral palette here. I'm starting off with this color, which is Brew, and a 242 brush. And Brew is a permanent color, but it is also in this palette, so I'm just going to put that under my eyebrow. And then I'm going to go in with this color, which is called Saddle. Obviously another permanent color from MAC, but I like that it's in the palette. And on a 224 brush, I'm going to start blending that across my entire crease area. I like to kind of look different ways with my eyes. It's kind of weird, but it just makes it easier to get like every single nook and cranny of the crease area. So then I'm, like I said, just blending that in the crease, and I kind of blend it up towards the Brulee color. And make sure it's really nice and saturated because this look is pretty smoky, so I want to make sure I have a really good base of blending down so that the other colors blend better. So then I'm going to take Constructivist Paint Pot from MAC, and this is like a really deep brown shimmery paint pot, and I'm using this not for the priming purpose, but just for the purpose of giving myself a nice base of color so that the other colors stand out better. So after I apply that, I'm going to make sure I blend it out with my finger really well up towards the crease area. And then after that, I'm going into the palette, and I believe this one is called Divine Decadence, and I'm going to start patting that on my lid with the same 242 brush. And this color is really pigmented, so you don't need to apply too much to really get that color payoff that you're looking for. It's really, really, really great kind of shimmery color. So then we're going to go in with this color, which is called Dark Brew, which is my absolute favorite color from the palette. It's a really gorgeous red toned brown. It's a little more red than like Swiss chocolate, but not as orangey as something like Brown Script. It's absolutely stunning. And I'm using a 226 brush to apply that in the corner of my eye. And I am also going just about halfway across the crease with that color and blending it into the saddle color we already have down. And then we're going to go in with Saddle again on a 224 brush again, and just apply that right above the Dark Brew color and help to kind of blend that out and just continue blending that. As you can see, we're not going for like a winged out shape like I would usually do, trying something new here. This is more like a rounded corner, so you want to make sure that corner is blended really nice too. Then I'm going to go in with this color right here, which is called Hay, and this one is like sort of a lighter version of All That Glitters. It's still very like kind of a peachy undertone, but not as I guess deep as All the Glitters, which it's not dark, but this is just a lot lighter. So I'm going to use the same 242 brush and pat that about halfway in onto my eyelid. And then we're going to go in with that same Dark Brew color and start blending that on the lower lash line. I'm blending it all the way across, and I'm also going to turn the brush on its side so it's a little wider and buff that out a little bit. And then we're going to go in with this top color here. I don't know the name, but it's just that really dark color. And I tried not to show too much of this because I knew it would probably gross people out, but I'm putting that eyeshadow on my waterline and just the inner corner of my tight line on my upper lash line. And this will stay really long, given that it's a matte powder, but you just got to get used to the feeling of it being really dry feeling, because as you're applying that, it will feel really dry. So if your eyes are sensitive, I wouldn't necessarily recommend doing that step. And I'm also going to take that color on the outer corner of my eye just to deepen it up a little bit. And then we're going to put on mascara. This is the In Extreme Dimension Lash in the color 3D Black. And this is my absolute favorite mascara. It's really, really, really dark. It gives great, great volume. Does also give a good amount of length, I feel. I feel it's kind of one of those all-around, does everything kind of mascaras, but it is very dramatic. So if that's not your thing, you want to try something different. So I put that on my top and bottom lashes, and then I am putting on number 36 lashes. These are really pretty, kind of got a wispy corner. I'd worn these several times before, this time putting them on in this video. So they were already covered in mascara, so they're already very dark. They're usually like dark brown, but they look black here because I already had mascara on them. And I also kind of clumped the bundles together a little bit at the tips with the mascara because I prefer that look of like a little bit more of a spiky look than a fanned out look. So I'm going to move on to my face makeup. So this is the Studio Fix Fluid in the color NC30. And I'm going to mix that with the Prolong Wear Concealer in the color NC45. I put just a very little drop of the NC45 and then about a pump and a half of the NC30. I mix them together to get my perfect color for now because I did run out of my NC35 Studio Fix Fluid, which I would have used. And I'm just going to apply that with the 187 brush and just kind of buff and blend that in. This combination of this foundation, everything, it's very high coverage, so I love this combination a lot because you don't need to use a lot to get that really full-on look. And then I'm going to use the MAC Studio Finish Concealer Duo in the colors NC30 and W25, and I'm just going to blend that in with a 159 brush under my eye. I'm using a dual fiber brush for this so that the concealer is a little more sheer because it is such full coverage. I don't want to go too heavy with it. So I'm taking the NC45 concealer again, and I'm going to dab that in the contours of my face with that same 159 brush, and then start buffing it in. And I love using this concealer for contour because it's such a perfect color, and I feel like these concealers just really blend into your foundation so well that the end result is just very blended and natural looking. You can stick with just this concealer as your contour if you want a more natural look, but I did want to bump it up a little bit, so I did layer on top of that the Dark Deepest Mineralized Skin Finish just to give a little bit more depth and kind of like a warmer color, I guess. So I put that on with a 168 brush right over wherever I put that concealer, but keep in mind it did do like a super light amount of that powder. I didn't use a lot of it. And then I'm going to put on this Mineralized Skin Finish in the color Light to set my under eyes. And I believe this is a 128 brush I'm using here. And I'm using the natural side of this brush to apply that powder under my eyes. And then anywhere I want to look a little brighter, so like down my nose and in the center of my face, I applied just kind of the excess of whatever was left on the brush. For my blush, I'm going to be using Love Thing, which is one of my all-time favorite blushes. It's a really gorgeous berry color, and it's got a really pretty glow to it because it's one of the mineralized blushes, so it looks very glowy and very natural, and these mineralized blushes really blend into the skin really well. And I'm using a MAC Pro fan brush to apply that. And then I'm going to go in with the color Hay, again, that eyeshadow, and apply that as my highlight. Because this has that kind of peachy undertone, it will look a lot nicer on the skin and blend in with the skin more, as opposed to something that's light and kind of gives off a silvery look. So I filled in my eyebrows with Lingering and Fling eyebrow pencils, both of them. And then I'm doing my lips. I'm using Whirl lip pencil. I know it is sold out everywhere right now. I don't know when it's coming back in, but you can always use Absolutely It lip liner from MAC. And then I am applying the Honey Love lipstick, which is one of my favorite nude lipsticks of all time. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave me any questions you have below. And don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.